How's it going, guys? My name is Graham. Welcome to Two Left Thumbs. You're watching a video promoting the Patreon for Sokpop Collective, a group of indie game developers who for the last year and a half have been releasing 2 Game Jam style games every month. If you want to be a part of it and support them, you can get access to those 2 games per month for as little as $3 over on their Patreon. There's a link down below to their Patreon page. You can go and pledge there. There's also a link to their itch.io page where you can buy the individual games for $3. Also, in case you want to put it off until the end card at the end of this video is also going to be a link to their Patreon page. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy the video. How's it going, guys? My name is Graham. This is moeras, which I believe translates to either marsh or swamp, the 6th of these Sokpop games. Oh, we have like a legit full 3D first-person perspective one for the first time. Like, I'm controlling this with my mouse. A little bit of a fire watch up in the tower. No, not even. They really do the high knees when they walk, but if you've ever done field work in the swamp, you'll learn very quickly that there is specifically a swamp walk that you kind of have to do, and it's very much a matter of high knees. I just quickly checked. The description of this one is simply explore the swamp. So I think you just kind of get to wander around. You can obviously shoot things, but it's just kind of up to you to, like, see what's out there. Nothing to raid in this tent. I was hoping to find some pals or something, but nothing of the sort. Oh, I can pick my arrows back up. Cool. That was half accidental. I don't know why I say half accidental. They're very difficult to see once you shoot an arrow, and I have no idea of knowing how many arrows I have. The cat's feeling very needy right now, apparently, so she's gonna sit and chill. I just love the way they do kind of iterative animations a lot of the time, that like the walk cycle kind of has to lean into any direction changes you make or anything like that. We can even go trudging through the water, but it's clearly not like just rotating the character into the next direction. Like, the character, well, when you do a 180, will actually move, and their legs kind of have to, like, keep up with that, so it's a little fun to mess around with. But trash in my swamp. Feel angered like Shrek. What is all this garbage? Who did this to my beautiful swamp? Wait a second, is that guy dead? Okay. Let's try to not, like, leave behind any DNA or anything, hey? But we do have, like, signposts, a tower. Is this... I don't think this is the tower I started in. No, that's that back there in the distance. You can still see it. And we got another dead dude. I can't seem to help him. Can I shoot him? There's not much to be seen up in these towers. There's clearly, like, quite a few different areas or outposts or whatever, though, because I keep seeing different colors of this same, like, flag setup. There's that one out there. There was mine that I started at way back here. There's another one there that I could originally see from up in the tower, but now I'm in closer. Oh, this one has reflective water reflections. I had brought that up all the way back in, like, the very first one, I think. Like, the very first one of these games that was something I would like to see. So it's cool seeing little advancements that they'd played around with that. But this is like a straight reflection. I imagine it's not entirely complicated. It's just kind of a mirroring effect. And then it's a different tint. But it's not like rippling in the water or anything like that. And they kind of had some of those water effects in a previous title. So that makes me think that they're largely, like, building this stuff from scratch each time. Which is probably a good idea. If you're doing it every 2 weeks... Sure, whatever you can pull here and there to save yourself a bit of time is probably a good idea, but the more you can rebuild it yourself, then the more you can learn, because you can try and do it more efficiently than you did last time. You can try it in a different way, see if there's a workaround, see what's easier, see if there's something that is more optimized. So I kind of like that there's evidence that they're trying new things and like playing around with it from game to game. Legit though, I have no idea what I'm trying to shoot or anything. The way the ground jiggles is quite neat. All that mossy, liquidy fen just jiggling away. Yes, there's some cool stuff going on there. And obviously it wasn't like hand drawn. So there's some, like, iterative terrain drawing going on there. I feel like I heard gulls or something. So I'm trying to follow that sound. See if I can track down where that was coming from. There. I'm definitely hearing birds. Where are you guys coming from? Where are the birds at? I can't tell if certain areas are more densely filled with these, like, bloated dead bodies. I keep trying to, like, track that down and see if there's something more to be seen. I can't tell if they're randomly placed or if there is, like, areas where it's more concentrated. I guess I'll play around more with these vantage points and try and use that as a way of determining where to head out next. That gave me no information. That full 360 didn't do much for me. Oh, okay, here's something a little bit different. We got some different trees. I thought I saw a bird, just tricking myself. But there's like a beach or like a biome or terrain change going on out here. It's funny, this water doesn't reflect, but it doesn't even really refract. It's just kind of a different color underneath. But it's funny that means that the water is like calculated or handled differently in the different areas. It's a relatively large map, but it's also quite an empty map. The arrows are a little bit easier to see out here, but I like haven't run out of arrows. I do like the thuds in the ground. That's like a pretty satisfying feeling, seeing it shoot arc out there, and there it is. Okay, there's many arrows I have not picked up. I probably started with like 10. I think I have like 5 now. Whoops, hope I never actually have to shoot anything. Oh, is that a boat? I'm gonna get on the boat. Let's go sailing. Oh, I'm not allowed to go. There's a barrier that way. I can't actually go to the boat. I wonder if that's how the character first got here. I just realized the sound for the game wasn't recording properly up until right now. So my apologies. I'll edit in something later, but you won't hear any of the gulls or anything. Oh, look at all these little puddles. The way that's added in there is real neat. I came this way because it looked like there's like wind blowing off the shore or something, right? So there's kind of those cool wind effects, and it made me feel like this was an important direction to go. Now I think it's nothing. A more heavily populated area. There's like a lone tent out there, 2 tents here, a little bit of a fire pit, but still everything is dead. There's gulls. First time hearing them since fixing the audio. Whoops. There's like green patches where things get to a certain height. They're very few and far between and don't seem to affect anything. I found a broken-ass puddle here. It can't quite seem to calculate its own dimensions. Unstable pond is what I'll call it. Whenever life feels like it's getting a little bit out of control, that it's too much to handle, at least I'll know that I'm more stable than unstable pond. Okay, lots of flags, no towers. That feels a bit different. I feel like I've been strongly associating these little wind socks with different towers. I haven't really questioned the giant wall off to the one side because I was thinking that, it's just a way to keep me in check. There's like the shore over on that side, the giant wall over there. But it is quite strange because they could have just as easily put up like a nothing barrier. So I'm curious what the wall is supposed to represent. Not like metaphorically, just like literally. Why is that wall so massive, and why did they build it on the edge of this marsh, and then why am I out here doing whatever it is that I'm doing? But also metaphorically, why? Why the giant wall? Why the windows? Why everything? This world isn't like infinitely creating itself in front of me, is it? If I keep walking, there will be an end? I'm honestly unsure now. I have shot every different type of everything in this at least once, and nothing seems to have really ever happened at any point through that little experiment. Shit, that arrow was gone. I actually lost that one. That sucks. That guy got stabbed on that tree. Oh, it's kind of neat that these little windsock flag things do let you know exactly where the shore is, because that's, you can see the wind blowing in, and they all are being blown that way. Oh, this idiot built his tent right in the swamp. What'd you go and do that for? You were bound to drown if that's where you're gonna try and set up home. And no, water levels never change. He built it in the swamp. The swamp didn't rise, of course not. Do the different colors of the towers mean anything? Is that just a way to help you kind of maybe attempt to keep track of where you've been, where you've investigated? Like, I have no idea. Honestly, I maybe would have put this down sooner at this point, but there was like a GIF on the store page that was showing a weird little swamp creature. I wanted to find the weird little swamp creature, or at least one of them. I thought they would be hanging out, like, around. I'm thinking the world is generated and doesn't end. So there's like a finite amount of things you can find across an infinite amount of space. The entire game is worth playing strictly for those high knees, though. And whatever the duck bill is, or whatever's going on this main character's face, those are the two sell points. Thinking of ways that this could be, like, expanded on, I guess? You could run around, collect resources, camp out for the night and everything. Maybe, like, not necessarily full survival, but, like, light crafting. You could raid things off of these, like, sheep people, whatever's going on there. Try to build arrows, campfires, and then at night, like, try and get up to a tower and, like, fend off weird swamp creatures or something. I'm just trying to think of ways that the existing mechanics could be stitched together to potentially add a bit more, just to, like, I don't know, keep me playing. What would or could this become if it were expanded on greater than the 2 weeks it took to make, like, the environments and the movement system and the arrow system and all that different stuff? I'm just shooting things all over because I'm wrapping it up. I feel like I didn't find everything in this, but after 20 to 30 minutes of walking around, I've had so little luck finding things that I can't see myself just putting in hours to find, like, one little creature. I'll just put the GIF on the screen that I was talking about. The moving, shifting swamp stuff is cool. It reminds me of, like, Creep from the Zerg in StarCraft. I can't shoot arrows from up in the tower. That's not an option. But being able to get up there and kind of survey your surroundings a little bit, that's a neat idea and everything. But yeah, it's like a little bit of a tech demo more than anything else right now. I don't think I have much more to say about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again with more Sokpop tomorrow. Oh, I might have recharged arrows by going up there. I'm not sure. But yeah, anyways. See you later. Oh, also, I ended up in, like, a waterless, like, dried up portion of the water here, which is kind of neat. There's, like, boats washed up in it everywhere. I think I can hear water, but yeah, it's just, like, all this fogginess and, no actual water, so that's kind of neat, I guess.